on there. Ah, we're live! Oh my goodness!
She's correct. We are live.
She is cracked.
I'm very cracked. Oh god, you guys, so many amazing cracked.com YouTube videos. Do you know they fired their whole video staff?
Yeah,
they got bought out a while ago.
I know. I hadn't thought about it in a while until YouTube recommended some cracked.com videos, and I went down a rabbit hole, and then I got real sad because I'm like, oh, no more.
That's why we're one of the people that we're Patreons for. Patron for is one of the old cracked people that I really liked. Cody Johnson, he does some news. He would do the some news segments. So.
Oh, cool. I actually didn't know that. Yeah, I think my favorite is Dan O'Brien. He loves The Little Mermaid almost as much as I do. Yeah, I just got sad about it again. I mean, I knew it had happened, but it didn't hit me until now.
It didn't hit me until I wanted to watch the videos, and there weren't any.
and it was like,
don't know it seemed to go that you don't know what you got till it's gone.
Ago. I know. They had some good stuff, but...
Really good stuff. Well, Cracked in general had some fucking great shit. I assume it's all garbage now.
I don't think there's anything there anymore.
Oh, wow. Damn.
I mean, it's like reposts of articles that are shit, and yeah, it's...
I wonder, why are you buying this if you're not gonna keep doing the thing with it that made it successful enough for you to want to buy it? I hate capitalism.
Sometimes they buy it so that it can't compete with them anymore, and then they just kill it.
Fuckers. Shitty assholes. Not even wiping kind of assholes. They're all shitty, covered in poop things.
Poop things.
Poop things!
Like you do. If you don't have good hygiene skills, I guess.
Mm-hmm. I don't.
Apparently, that's common enough amongst men that there's a lot of things posted on r/relationships where, like, my husband or my teenage son or my boyfriend won't wipe his asshole or wash it in the shower because he says spreading your butt cheeks open is only something gay men do, and he doesn't want to be gay. And I'm like, hashtag toxic masculinity.
Toxic masculinity for sure.
Yeah.
There was a conversation on the Rooster Teeth podcast about this a while ago, and one of the guys, he wasn't saying like it'll make me gay, but he just was like, I don't want to touch my bunghole, basically.
Yeah, well, too bad.
That's okay. He said, but he still gets it clean. And they were like, if you don't wash it, how do you get it clean? And he was like, well, I just kind of like karate chop the water into there. And they were like, what? No.
Yeah, that I bet he stank. He got a stank booty.
But the idea of someone trying to karate chop like soap or water into their butt so they don't have to touch their hole is amazing to me.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Of all the places that you really gotta get into, that's the place that you gotta get into with more than a karate chop.
I mean, it's like, why not just get a bidet, dude?
Right?
But also get up in there when you're in the shower.
Yeah, definitely. Like, fucking get in there and clean it out. Ugh, God. I can't even fucking imagine what it must smell like for those poor women in those men's lives. I'm like, how... Okay, if your husband has been like this, how did you marry him? How did you, how have you ever had sex with him? Because presumably he didn't do it as a teenager either. I'm like, was this an arranged marriage?
Apparently only ever in missionary, because...
Yeah, even then, though, that much built up stank?
Oh, yeah, no, I'm sure it was...
Did she have her adenoids removed as a child and it destroyed her sense of smell? But if that's the case, then why is she writing and complaining now? I don't fucking know.
Yeah,
and
that's probably not true for all of the people who seem to write in about such things. So
it's true. Yeah, it seems it's mostly like mothers of teenage boys or young women that like just got serious with a guy or something along those lines, and predominantly in the South, I would say. So much ass sweat. But every so often, a woman writes in and it's her husband. I'm like, are you as a couple, like, time traveled here from the 13th fucking century? Did you have to marry him as, like, an arranged thing? And now that you're in 2018, you've realized maybe you could change
she just
this?
thought she could change him, and then it didn't work, because...
Maybe it's like what you have to do with pets when they can't stand to be groomed. You sedate him and use a pressure washer on that ass crack.
That seems extreme.
I mean, but unwarranted. That's, let's say 42 years of built up ass stank booty.
I wish we'd started the podcast so we could call this episode Stank Booty.
I'll say it again if you want.
No, then I'll be too forced.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, you don't want to force things into stank booties.
Stank booties. That's so true.
Said.
Yep.
I'm going to get a beverage, and then let's start after I get a beverage. Because I'm gonna.
All right, then. I'm bringing up my show notes because I already got my Audacity up. Audacity is the name of my clitoris.
What's your clitoris's name?
Audacity.
Mm-hmm. Why is my... Right. Let go of things, stupid thing.
Don't tell that thing what to do. You're not its mom.
Yes, I am. I pushed it out of my vagina.
Okay.
Funny fools.
You all right there?
Sorry, I had a stroke.
Seems like you might have.
when I have strokes and in the middle of sex, I start talking like Skeletor.
I just kind of do that in general. I don't know that there's...
I have a lot of mini strokes.
Yeah,
basically, anytime blood flow to my brain gets interrupted, Skeletor comes out.
What's my safe word?
How's the sound now?
Fine.
Okay.
Amanda, is your microphone still on the 1 setting?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you.
My microphone is also set to 1, which means all that comes out of it is darkness imprisoning me. All that I see, absolute horror.
I don't know what's happening, but I suspect I said the wrong set of words and triggered that, and it's my own goddamn fault.
It's always your fault. Yep.
That's fair. That's a fair assessment.
Rissy, will you make sure your microphone is near you?
Yeah.
Not super close to you, because I don't want you to overload it. Definitely.
Is this how you would like me to be talking?
Not
Just
really.
like, oh.
I mean,
Very sensually.
Unless I were trying to go to sleep, no. It's a reference to my
Okay.
AS. Okay.
Then I won't.
Thank you.
I don't know. I think it would be fun if 2 of us were doing the podcast like normal and Amanda is doing it like ASMR style.
I'm just pretending that I am on NPR. Or that I'm pretending that I'm pretending that I'm on NPR.
Okay, don't be the BBC World News Service, though, because I will go to sleep. Like, I will just... No matter what kind of, like, war crimes or atrocities they might be talking about, I'm just like, the voice is so soothing, so British.
So soothing. So British. Okie dokie.
Josh says your safe word was some ballet move. Was grand jeté, pas de chat?
It's Sisson Tombe Pas de Bourrée, Glissade Grand Jeté, but you guys were close.
Okay, cool.
I wish it was something more simple, like stop being racist.
But that's Amanda's safe word.
Yeah, I know, and I'm jelly.
How about shuffle, ball change, shuffle, ball change, shuffle, ball change?
The problem is that
But only if she says it 3 times.
You have to say it thrice.
Yeah, the problem with that is
that's how you know, because I would only normally say it once, maybe twice.
I think, what if Blythe is having sex with someone with an extensive dance background, and in the heat of the moment they forget that, that's the safe word,
She's
and they just
tapper than that. It have other things in there so going over. It's probably not just 3 shuffle ball changes in a row.
She's not wrong. Unless I'm choreographing for you, I'm not doing 3 shuffle ball changes in a row.
I don't think you've ever had me do a shuffle ball change.
That's because we've never tapped, my dude.
Have you seen that amazing video that's like a cop, pulls a guy over and is doing a sobriety checkpoint and makes him walk a straight line, and then you realize it's a comedy video when she starts adding, okay, kick, ball, change. Like she starts and ramping it up very gradually, and it turns into like she's walking him through a chorus line and they're both dancing together. It's fucking awesome.
It's a Reno 911. It's from Reno 911.
Oh, I've only ever seen it as like
Reno 99? Fuck, what's it called? Reno
999.
Bro, oh
Reno
God.
911.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
Reno 911.
I just combined Brooklyn 99.
Yeah.
and
Reno
Reno
9. Yeah, I'd only ever seen it as like an isolated clip on YouTube.
Right. That's how most people see it. And many idiots don't realize that it's a comedy clip, and it makes me weep for humanity.
Yeah, that is. I'm just like, you can
they
feel
never
that the turn
realize
is coming.
because
Maybe they
That
didn't
seems-
watch the whole thing, but there's if you ever are scrolling Facebook and you happen to see it, open it up and look at the fucking comments. You will want to blow your fucking brains out. Because it becomes pretty clear pretty quickly that it's not real.
Yeah, I don't read the comments generally unless I really want to make myself angry.
Oh,
so
I know.
you always read the comments, is what you're saying.
No, thanks to the state of you guys' country, I can just go online and read the news if I want to make
It's
myself
still
angry.
your
not a
country.
Canadian.
You're not a citizen of anywhere else.
It's
So-
true, but I am in somewhere else.
That doesn't make it not yours. You
Doesn't
can't
matter.
disown us that easily. You're
Yeah,
stuck
it'll
with
take
it.
about 3 years.
You were
Yeah.
still living here when this fucking orange piece of shit got elected, so.
That's true, but I can have all the abortions I can eat.
Well, so can I if I stock up on Plan B via Amazon.com.
That actually doesn't cause abortions.
You say potato, I say wire hangers.
All the wire hangers. The opposite of Mommy Dearest.
Indeed.
Blythe, what you want is RU486.
Yes, which you can.
It's a
get.
hilarious name.
It really
It's-
is. I'm like,
it's-
is it a friendly robot? No, it's an abortion drug.
No, it's RU486ing that abortion is what it means.
I always thought it sounded like a Star Wars character.
I'm always for 86ing abortions.
C3PO.
Well, I meant
Babies,
80
not abortions.
Sorry, I meant
86.
86ing the pregnancy, not
Sorry,
the abortion. 'Cause
fetuses,
You want
they're
to
not-
Yeah.
Bleep bloop, RU486. Oh, man. Maybe we should put that into the Star Wars show. An audience character who's RU486.
No, it's
Nope.
it's too close.
You're right.
Okay.
We should start this thing.
Yes, please, for the love
Okay.
of God and all is holy. If everyone is ready to hit
Okay.
record.
Yes.
Okay, here we go in 3, 2, 1. And of course, we're clapping. 3, 2, 1. Excellent.
Good job clapping.
Great job clapping.
Great job, booping.
All right, now shut your stupid faces and I'll start this.
Okay.
That's not shutting your stupid face. Hello and welcome to episode 93 of the Dork Pridecast. My name is Amanda.
I'm Blythe.
And I'm Marissy. We make up a comedy group called the Damsels of Dorkington, and this is our podcast, which is also funny depending on how much you like poop jokes and dick jokes, or if you're drunk.
Which we're not.
Nope, that's this Sunday.
That is this Sunday. First point of business. Thank you, Rissy.
Segway!
We are, in fact, drunk pridecasting on Sunday. Amanda.
Yeah? What?
This is your last podcast with us.
And then I'm being fired.
That's
we weren't supposed to tell people that until after Gen Con.
Nope, too late.
That's not how firing someone works, for the
You're
record.
right. You're right.
Maybe Amanda has the second sight.
No.
No.
Sure I don't.
No, what she meant was she's getting fired out of a canon as our big post-Gen Con celebration.
That's
I'm not gonna do that either.
Please don't make promises. We can't.
Okay, I will be fired out of a canon.
I would love to. I can't afford it.
Oh,
Yeah.
God damn it. Can we maybe, like...
You're just gonna have to stick with putting your fist in your mouth. That's
Okay.
all we can promise.
All right. Calm down for a second, because I think we have legitimately confused some people. No, Amanda's not going anywhere. This is her last podcast before Gen Con.
Because I'm leaving next Thursday for a conference for work, so I'll be gone until right before Gen Con. So I won't be podcasting until after Gen Con, but
Indeed.
I will still be around.
Yes. She will be inside of our hearts forever.
Forever, yes. Because she laid her eggs there, and they'll be hatching soon.
That's true.
She has a very gentle ovipositor.
I try. I'm a considerate parasite.
You are. You lubed it up before sliding it in, and only a few eggs. Like, you didn't do the whole, 20 million of them, like squid eggs or some shit.
I like to spread that shit around.
In other news.
Right. I don't know if any of you have noticed the shitty quality of my camera today.
Oh. What happened?
So I can't use the camera that's good because my computer is dead.
Oh no.
I got up.
DED dead?
Yeah.
Like your MacBook?
Yeah. Yeah.
Ooh.
So I got up the other morning and I noticed it wasn't plugged in. And I'm like, oh, I should plug it in. And I did. And I'm like, why is that light not coming on to say that it's charging? And it won't charge.
No.
So this is my work laptop. The problem is it uses the USB-C things. So I have to use... Well, if I unplug that, I'm going to unplug my mic. So
don't do
maybe I
that,
shouldn't do that.
Let's not tempt fate.
I'm real smart. A little adapter, and I only have one. So it was mic or camera. So,
Dick or one ball.
yeah, so I chose one ball. Actually, it's definitely one ball that I chose. So instead, you guys have to look at dick, I think, is that how it works?
Yeah, that's definitely how it works.
Yeah.
Well, that's have you tried other chargers?
No, because I don't have any other ones. It's technically a work laptop, so I took it in and it's sitting there, and we've put in a service ticket, and it's low priority, so. And it's fucking 6 years old, so they're probably going to be like, yeah, there's nothing we can do.
I would recommend trying to find another charger somewhere in the office and just see if it's your charger. Because my charger died, and I assumed it was my laptop. It was not. The chargers go out a lot more often than the actual computers, so it could just be a charger issue, which is way easier to fix.
Also, if they don't do anything for it at work, you can then take it to the Apple store, right?
I know, but then I have to pay for it. I don't have money for that.
I mean, I hear hooking pays a lot.
Chargers are cheap on Amazon.
I can get a charge from the Cube, which is our place at work that has shit.
I love the Cube.
The
supply store.
The in-house supply store, and they have some a few Apple products, and one of the things they have is a charger. So I don't want to buy one if that's not what it is, but
I remember the first time Stacy, the scientist I worked for at Stowers, was like, Marissa, do you want to go shopping? And I'm like, yes. Are we besties now? And it turns out that Stowers has this amazing like store where you go to buy all of your lab reagents and shit. It was so wonderful. I'm like, kid in a candy store. Like,
it's not that great, but
it was pretty great.
It's got pens and tissues and
enzymes. Many enzymes.
Gloves. Butt plugs. The usual.
Special wash for the butt plugs.
Yeah. It's just karate chopping. If you are just listening to the podcast, you will not get that reference because that was before we started. But,
unless you're a Rooster Teeth fan, in which case you might.
Well, yeah.
Okay, can I ask a question about Rooster Teeth? And I'm sorry if this betrays a giant level
both
of
said no.
Well,
we both said no.
That's too big on
I'm the Holy Ghost. I do what I want.
Well, don't ask for permission if you don't give a shit about our responses.
That's true. I guess I will just ask for forgiveness. Okay, so Rooster Teeth is the group of people that made Red versus Blue, right?
Yep.
And then so they started a conference and a podcast just based on Red versus Blue?
Not entirely. No, you're missing a lot of steps in there.
Oh, okay. So they went on and did other things after Red versus Blue, and they're just funny people.
Like green versus purple, and orange versus black.
Like complementary colors, right? Orange versus black. It's Obama versus Trump.
I have seen the first season of Red versus Blue and found it funny.
Pink versus your mom.
That's great. Okay, so they've done a lot of other stuff. I was just like, wow, boy, they really became super successful based on this thing.
Yeah, of course, Red versus Blue was the first thing they did. It was insanely successful, and people became fans of theirs, and they used that to leverage other things. They started a podcast eventually. They started Achievement Hunter is another thing that launched pretty early that did really well. So it's it spreads out from there, and now they've like encompassed other companies who are doing similar things.
Oh wow, nice.
And so now they're all under this umbrella of Rooster Teeth, but they get to like maintain their own sort of thing, and it's
and without any of the creepy sexual harassment shit of the Nerdist group.
It's next level. Yeah, and I'm not going to get in this conversation right now. The Nerdist thing, but yeah. So that's Rooster Teeth in a nutshell.
Okay.
But their first RTX was like 4,000 people.
Oh.
Which that in and of itself is crazy. Their second one jumped to like 10,000 people.
Wow.
So they were crazy, crazy, crazy huge way before they started their own RTXs.
As long as they had the space to house them and didn't just have hordes of people showing up.
Are you talking about TanaCon?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am. That was where I was going with that, yes.
You fucking nerds.
I enjoy my drama channels on YouTube.
Yeah, me too.
I mean, if you follow a lot of beauty bloggers, it just naturally segues into drama channels because holy shit, there's some scandalous stuff that happens.
Yeah.
Like I was just here to, learn how to do a particular style of eye makeup for deep set eyes, and then I stumbled into this.
But now I want to hear about all the shitty thing that other people are doing because I'm too good for reality TV, but not too good for YouTube drama channels.
Yeah, so. YouTube drama channels, that's legit. That's keeping it real right there.
Oh, that's that's way trashier, but I'm fine with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that TanaCon shit. I can't wait for the documentary to be released. That the one dude's production company is apparently insisted on filming, and there's like a conspiracy theory that he intended, the guy who was supposed to be orchestrating the whole thing for Tana, intended for it to fail because he had it like every step of it filmed, and the idea is that the failure would drive so much publicity that everyone and their dog would want to see the documentary when they eventually released it, which would bring his company a lot more success than just the money they would make off the con.
Yikes.
I mean, that's just a theory, but it would explain a lot of shady shit. Like, this guy is like 21 and claims to have run a whole bunch of conventions, but his company is literally just him. And so in the video footage, like, he sold himself as this, you know, fucking amazing event promoter style. It's basically like a much smaller scale version of Firefest.
I mean, that was pretty delicious to watch. I'm not gonna lie.
All these fucking overprivileged white idiots out in the Bahamas. Oh, cheese sandwiches. Oh, call FEMA. Like, ha ha ha, suckers. So you could hang out with Instagram models? What is wrong with people?
I really enjoyed all of that because no one was technically harmed. So
right. Yeah, so it was just pure, like, guilt-free schadenfreude.
Yeah, it was pretty
There were a lot of damaged egos, so that's...
Oh, you're right. I'm so sorry. I didn't take that. Did not take that into account.
Yeah, exactly. Like, those can be very painful.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
many millennial pink tears were wept on that Firefest.
What did you guys do this week? Did anybody do anything? I guess last 2 weeks. And for me, maybe the last 4 weeks.
Oh, yeah, that's right. We didn't have you last time. Amanda and I have been gaming a lot. We need to record another episode of Damsels and Dragons.
Yeah, you guys need to do that. You guys need to do that before Amanda leaves, preferably.
Yeah, we will. Life finds a way. Like, we gamed this week, and we're actually gaming again next week. And then, to make sure that we can cram in as much as possible, because we are in some big, bad boss fight territory. Not the ultimate boss.
I think we're going to die.
Do you really?
There's a decent chance. There's a well above 0 chance that
I don't know. I think it's, you know what, it could have been a lot worse. The thing that happened right before we had to end this week's session. I think we still have a chance. It's going to be okay.
He would be well within his right to kill us.
I mean, half of the party
torture him.
It's true. I think Eric kind of likes it, though. Actually, I think Eric's a little bit into it. Eric, if you're listening to this, please don't kill us.
I feel like
we're due. You know, let the game go where it'll go, because
I feel like to be a DM, you kind of have to be a glutton for punishment.
Yeah, because your players are always going to ruin everything you've painstakingly created.
Yeah,
and we do.
We do so much. So very much. I think Eric wants us to be like heroes, and we're just like, we ran away from scary things.
It's pretty great.
Yep. Oh my, yes. Although I remember a Shadowrun game where we were playing, where this is one of my first times with Eric as a GM, and watching Josh and Wes just run roughshod over him. And so we're walking through this town. We've just gotten there, and I'm like, so we gonna do anything interesting or heroic? Do we see anything cool? Eric's like, no, you're very tired and you go to bed.
It's appropriate.
Right?
Sorry, Dad.
Well, it's also like we've been playing together so long that we will get snappy with each other. There are times when it's like last night, because we're not split, but we're doing different things, and so we're doing something, and Rissy's like, and I'm gonna do this. He's like, let me just finish this part first before we move on. Like, I mean, it's okay, but just it was just like the.
Like, I know. Well, and I was just like, I have to tell him the thing that I'm doing, otherwise it might not happen, and then everything will fail.
Yeah.
Because the party, for some reason, decided to follow my character's plan, my idiot character, which reinforces the idea that she is, in fact, the party leader.
See, I'm okay with all of us dying if Rissy's character dies, honestly, because she's literally the worst.
Except for, she's the most likely one to survive.
Probably.
I'm going to be just like ninja through the trees, and then when night falls, I bat the fuck out of there.
Whatever.
But we can talk about, we can't really talk about that yet on Damsels and Dragons because we're not there, but
it'll be a while.
Yeah. It was very exciting, though. It was very fucking nail-bitingly exciting and left off on a huge cliffhanger.
Well, I can't wait to hear about it in like 6 months.
Yeah, I know, right? It's gonna be great.
Amanda.
Yeah.
Finished a paper.
Yep.
Oh, shit!
Which I'm very excited about.
Fucking finally.
This is the evolutionary one?
Yeah.
Woo-hoo!
So I think we're gonna submit it next week. So
where are you submitting it?
MBE, Molecular Biology and Evolution.
That's a good one. That's really cool. I mean, is this the same paper that's been in the works for like...
For fucking ever, yes.
Okay, I was like, wait, or was there another one, like an intermediate one that got published in between? But no, okay, so it's the same one. Cool.
It's
or similar.
There's two that I've been working on kind of at the same time, and both are almost done, but this is obviously almost-er done.
Right.
So.
Almost are done.
Yep.
That's a very scientific term.
Yep.
And you almost have your doctorate. I just want to point that out.
Yeah. Sure.
Because, I mean, you can basically, after you publish 2 or 3 papers, you can basically staple those together, slap an intro on it, and be like, lol, my thesis.
Yeah, right? I mean, that is, like, literally what we're told.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think that's what you should title it, lol, my thesis.
Please do.
The Amanda Bonner story.
Lol, my thesis. Actually, what I'm really excited for is when a bunch more millennials and Gen Zers are the PIs of labs. What's going to happen to scientific literature? Oh, God.
I got to witness a lovely Twitter, fight from scientists recently.
Twitter science fights are so great. They get real catty.
It was some guy calling out people for using a particular program because it's not open access. So basically,
is this Callisto?
Huh?
Callisto again? Okay.
No.
Because that whole fucking mess.
It was just like, you should use this program that's open access so everybody can use it, and not this one that people have to pay for because, we should make
because
stuff,
people have to pay for it.
Right. We should make stuff accessible. And someone called him out. It's like, that's funny that you're all about open access, yet I asked you for some data that you'd published and you refused to give it to me, even though the journal you published it in has a very strict policy that you have to do that. And you just kept coming back with all these excuses for why he didn't want to do that. And all these people were chiming in. And then one woman chimes in as well and at her why are you so angry? And everyone's like, I'm sorry, really? You're gonna call out the one woman out of all the 10 people yelling at you and ask her why she's angry and also misspell her name while you do it?
Damn, don't start shit, won't be shit.
Yeah.
What a bitch.
But it was kind of nice to see it was pretty civil, really, for obviously feelings were high, but it wasn't it wasn't a lot of cursing and name calling or anything. It was just people being very no, this is wrong. You this is not how it's supposed to be done. And
nobody uttered the words, I will drop you where you stand, motherfucker.
Not that I saw. Not that I saw, but
Still though, that's magnificent. Did it resolve at all?
No. Not really. People were someone should send all of this to Nature, which is where he published. Somebody called out for not following their policy.
I mean, that has become a thing of major journals reporting on Twitter fights.
I mean,
and talking about the changing standards in scientific discourse. It's yep, welcome to the 21st century, bitches.
Similarly, on the gaming side of things, there is a game developer who got snippy with somebody on her Twitter.
I saw that.
Yeah.
And they fired her.
Yeah, Reddit decided to be bitches.
Yeah.
And they gave in to these motherfuckers and fired her.
Yeah.
I could not fucking believe that shit. I'm if she had been a dude, that would never have happened.
And then did you see the Reddit, like the things on Reddit that were like, oh, we have the power. We can get anyone we want fired.
Yeah,
they have to do what we say.
And that's totally feeding into their ego that's like already crazy.
Exactly. And it's just like, well, you did this to yourself, guys. Good job.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
So that's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
Twitter is just so fucking weird. Like you guys said, it's like so weird how we're in the future where you can news report about literal things that are happening on Twitter. It's crazy.
Well, and they have like actual repercussions for people's lives and careers and
are heavily affected.
Yeah.
I'm sure that someone will pick her up and be like, that was bullshit. Well, actually, too, it was her and another guy that defended her.
Yeah. Oh, wow. They both got fired?
And they fired both of them.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
So it was really mishandled. Like, even if the firings were justified, which I don't think they were, but that's my personal opinion, I don't necessarily think that her level of reaction was appropriate to his comment, but I know what it's like being a woman on Twitter. Yeah. So I understand why that happened.
So you know this job that you've trained for and that you have all this experience with? I'm going to tell you how you were doing it wrong. Me, just some rando on the internet who doesn't actually know how to do your job, but here's how you're fucking it up.
Right.
Like, yeah.
So, yeah, complete and utter horseshit that it even happened. But that's how things work sometimes when you work for pussy-ass companies who bow to the whims of the neckbeards on the internet.
Yeah, fuck you, ArenaNet.
Now they're gonna call for your firing.
Please do. Come at me, bros.
Nobody watches this, so we're fine.
No, not any douchebags do. So.
It's true, actually.
We tend to drive them off pretty quickly.
Yeah, because they'll say something stupid in the comments, and then everyone else here will make fun of them. It's great.
Dog pile. Anyway,
what did you do this weekend, Blythe? What did you do? Did you do anything fun? Did you maybe play any fun games?
Certainly not.
Oh my God! Is this Pocket Camp?
No, this is Pokemon.
It's Pokemon. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Yeah, while you guys were discussing science things, I was like, I'm gonna see if there's any Pokemon around my apartment.
That's what I was doing too.
There were.
There aren't any around me right now, but
well, I'm lucky enough to live in apartments, so because of that, there's more. Anyway, I say lucky enough to live in an apartment for Pokemon purposes only.
Yes.
But I participated in 2 different Pokemons. Special. Well, one was Community Day, and the other one was
just a bunch of raids for free. Like
pretty much
all the raids you want.
So
I got this guy. You see, he's shiny.
Oh, isn't that a legendary one?
Yeah, yes. that's
and it's a shiny one too. I got. Don't stop doing things I don't want you to. I got 4 of them.
Holy shit!
But one of them was shiny, and it was the second one, the second raid, and it was the first one that I actually captured.
Nice.
Yeah. And there was like we were walking around with a bunch of groups of people that were playing, and there are people like, man, I've done like 20 raids and I haven't gotten a shiny. And they're like, yeah, the drop rate's like just a couple %, and I'm like, I got one on the second time. Sorry, guys. Sorry, not sorry.
I was very excited about the Squirtles in sunglasses. Which now I will show. Okay, so I have a Squirtle.
Oh wait, aren't those Wartortles?
Well, yeah, that's what Squirtle. Yeah, Squirtle goes into Wartortle, goes into Blastoise.
I know, but you were saying Squirtles with sunglasses, and you were.
I know because when you caught them,
they had
sunglasses with Squirtles, and then I evolved it.
Ah, okay.
I do too. I only got one with the sunglasses, but I got one of the ones with the special attack. Hydro
can you catch
cannon.
them in their evolved form, or do you have to evolve them?
You
Both.
can, but
very
you're
rare.
much more likely to find just a Squirtle. And
Okay.
then, but that was part of the community day, is that there were just shitloads of them around.
The thing that I was excited about was I eventually caught a shiny sunglasses Squirtle that didn't have a bad IV.
Ooh.
So
Nice.
he's an 87 out of 100. So
What's a bad IV? Is that like he got a problem with like he took too many opiates and was shooting up, and
Right.
now he's
got tracks.
Yeah.
Yep.
And his veins are all blown out.
Exactly.
Okay. It's good to know that Pokemon is staying fresh and relevant by engaging with the opioid crisis.
Well, you have to speak to the kids and engage them in ways that they understand.
Oh, you guys, there's a really good question in the chat from Josh. Is there a Pokemon that is your white whale? One you really want? What Pokemon turns you into Captain Ahab?
Honestly, there's not really a white whale specifically Pokemon for me. There are ones that that take a lot of candy to evolve. And so there's like
fucking Magikarp.
Magikarp.
Although you're supposed to hold off because that's part of the Mew.
Yeah,
challenge.
I found that out after I evolved my Magikarp.
Shit.
Yeah.
Because those take 400 fucking candies and those don't. Yeah.
But
now you have the Gyarados, right?
Yeah, but I have to do it again.
It's part of a quest. Part of the quest is to evolve it during the quest. I said something to Max about that, and he's like, "Oh, I've had 400 candies for a while." I'm like, "Why don't you evolve it?" He's like, "No, I don't have that part of the quest." And I'm like, "Well, that's good to know because I mean, I'm at like just shy of 300 right now. I'm not there yet, but
I'm really excited because I got a Swablu that also takes 400 candy to evolve. And it's a 98 IV.
Holy shit.
Yeah, so she's just sitting in my Pokemon inventory.
In your Pokédex?
No, Pokédex is just what you've seen.
Okay.
Not what you have.
Josh says the elusive black tar heroine Pokemon. I want that one. I want the drug subtype Pokemon.
I want the 8-ball Pokemon.
But then once you've had one 8-ball Pokemon, you always have to go out and get another one.
I mean, that's how Pokemon work. You gotta catch them all.
You do.
But I have 321 Swablu candy right now, and I'm so close to that 400. Every time I see a Swablu, I'm giving him a pineapple and catching him, and I'm just so ready. My body is ready because I only probably catch like 1 to 3 Swablus a day, and you only get 7 total candy off of them. So
yeah, I don't see those a lot.
You have to look. That's if you're like out and catching Pokemon. You'll see 1 or 2 usually. So real excited about that. That's kind of my white whale currently. But I suspect even once I get done with that, I'll be like, that one's okay.
Right. Now what?
Yeah, pretty much.
I took my first gym all by myself.
Yeah, you did.
I beat it. It was full too. It was full and I took it out. I mean, it took like 3 times.
Yeah,
but then I threw my one guy in there and ended up getting 50 coins off of him because he stayed in there long enough.
I am dropping Pokemon off at gyms as much as I can before and or after work because let me tell you, I don't know if you've expanded your bag of
no.
Oh my gosh.
Those were the first coins. And then like over the weekend I'd thrown one. There was just a spot in a gym and I threw it and it was in there for like a few hours. So I got like 8 coins or something. So
you can get 50 a day if you go to like lesser frequented gyms.
Yeah.
It's great. I've expanded my bag, my storage bag.
Yeah, Max just did that because he's like, oh, I should be using this. Because as we're walking around, it's just like, my bag's full again.
I'm at 550.
Damn.
So.
I just proposed. So hero to hero-y to heroine. And it starts off as like a boy Pokemon and then turns into a girl at the end. Like, yeah. Because you know how, like, Butterfree is pretty girly kind of looking, but as a Caterpillar is kind of boy-y looking? I'm like, it's kind of one of those.
You know how, like, cats are, like, girls and dogs are, like, boys?
Shut up, Jordan Peterson.
I don't know what that means, but I don't care.
Jordan Peterson is one of the worst things to ever happen, ever. Do you know about Carl Jung?
Like,
the psychotherapist?
Yes.
Yeah. So Carl Jung is basically like everything bad about Sigmund Freud, but dial down the sex and dial up astrology. Like, he came up with this system of, like, folktale-based archetypes that everybody is supposed to fit into, and it's basically just astrology for people who want a veneer of psychology on top of it. And it's total fucking nonsense and has largely been debunked. Jungian psychology is really popular with idiots. So Jordan Peterson is a Canadian, Jungian-based clinical psychologist that's gotten really, really popular for hating transgender people on YouTube videos and talking about Jungian psychology and how women are made of chaos dragons. And
that's great, but look, I have a real cute Pichu with sunglasses on
and a hat. See, if he's a boy Pichu, he is the white masculine serpent.
It's a girl. It says girl right next to it.
Okay,
right there, girl.
We can't quite see that.
It's a chaos dragon Pokemon.
That's all.
I love Josh Donovan's evolution. Mariju, Marijuana. Yes. Great. Yeah, I think we just need to make up our own drug-based Pokemon. I mean, they've got the different subtypes, right? Like Ice and Shadow and Spirit and stuff, right? So why not a drug subtype?
Mary would be a grass type.
Yes.
Because
Mariju sounds like a legit Pokemon.
Yeah, it does.
It does, yeah. Mariju.
I love it.
Yeah, it would only be at the third stage where you'd be like, I don't think this is real. I think maybe it's
JD says the bath salts Pokemon would get summoned and they just attack their trainer's face.
I like all the cute new bird ones.
Not just Pidgeys and Pidgeotos and
there's a cute owl guy.
Oh, is that the one with the bow tie that's made of leaves? That's Rowlet.
It's Hoot Hoots that I see.
Yes. Oh, okay. Rowlet is from Pokemon Green. Mariju use Bong Rip attack.
I think you mean Hoothoot.
Oh, you're right.
Hoothoot.
Hoothoot.
Yes, obviously.
It's super effective, bro.
At putting that person to sleep.
Yes.
Oh, man. Rissy, what else have you been doing?
I have been experimenting with chemicals.
Like where?
That sounds fun.
On my face.
On your face. I was gonna guess either that or in your vagina.
Although, man, legalize it. It's happened. It's totally coming. September of this year. I'm gonna get me a vape pen. Oh, God. Mama needs a new anti-anxiety drug. Girl,
me too. In fact, I almost tweeted today. I almost tweeted, like, fucking Texas, Oklahoma legalized it.
Whoa, they did? I knew it was up for vote.
Oh, yeah, it passed.
Shit.
How about any state that hasn't yet?
Exactly.
That's you should be ashamed.
That's what I thought. I was just like, Texas, like, you know it's gonna happen if Oklahoma got it done. Why fight it? Let's just get this done.
Especially considering how weirdly competitive Texas is with Oklahoma.
I know, it's crazy. Why are we gonna drag our feet on this? You know it's happening. Let's go. Shit. Get your tax money out of this. Come on.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like there's so much money to be made.
There really is. Like, Colorado is basically like, we are the richest state everywhere now. But yeah, I got my first ever at-home chemical peel.
Gosh, that's so
I know, right?
White lady.
I know. Well, actually, it's funny that you say that because the chemical peel that I use...
Yeah, I know.
Well, actually, is one that is... It's called mandelic acid, and it's an alpha hydroxy acid, meaning it burns off the top layers of your skin. But it is both very powerful and very gentle, like the ideal man, and is extremely popular with people of color because it will sometimes, I'm using it to try and take off some hyperpigmentation from like old sun damage on my face. It's like really deep in there. And sometimes, especially if you have darker skin or even olive skin the way I do, you can get, instead of like taking out the sun damage, it'll cause reactive hyperpigmentation if you use too strong of an acid. So it will make it worse.
Whoa.
Yeah, but mandelic, or you could bleach your skin is another thing that could happen. And I'm like, no, fuck all of that. So I'm using a 25%.
Why can't I just make the sun damage blend out and make me not look as pale, because now I just look like one big freckle?
That's gentrification. Maybe. I don't think you know what words mean. But anyway, so mandelic acid is fucking amazing and is actually the peel of choice amongst people of color. And because I would like to keep my olive intact, but get rid of the nasty hyperpigmentation. So it's a 25% mandelic acid peel, and you guys, I was super not YOLO. I was very unlike myself. I followed the directions exactly.
Oh my God.
I know. I bought a special, so the peel, it's for makeup artist choice, and it's actually all like really reasonably priced, like not very expensive. And they have like a neutralizer solution. You can just wash it off, but I was like, I bought the neutralizer and I put on the neutralizer exactly at 5 minutes, and then I washed everything off. And then I slathered on like many layers of only healing things with no fragrances or essential oils or alcohol in them.
I think you followed the instruction just because you're a vain bitch. So you will like destroy your insides as long as your outsides look pretty.
I'm sick, but I'm pretty. Timely reference.
The timeliest.
I'm hashtag YOLO about my insides, but I'm very like, let's follow the directions. And I noticed a little bit of tingling, but that was it. And it's only 5 minutes, and you can do it once a week. And after I've done it 6 to 8 times, then it's okay to go up to 40%. So we'll see.
That's a lot of percents.
Yes, it is. But again, mandelic acid is so fucking awesome because like it can get into deeper levels, but it's never as like nasty and harsh because the size of the molecule is so much larger than glycolic acid, which is an AHA that you hear about all the time, which I do not fuck with. I am not about the glycolic acid type of life. That shit is for white people. And I am white, but I have enough olive in my skin that I do not want to fuck with white people skincare for acids. Like, no, that stuff is way too harsh. It will burn the shit out of you. There's always the fear, though, even though you did everything right, that you're going to, like, everything looks fine and you're going to go to bed and wake up in the morning with the Raiders of the Lost Ark face.
That happened to me when I did...
Wait, what?
That happened to me. No, sorry. Something sort of vaguely similar happened to me the first time I did a spray tan.
Oh, God, where it darkens over time.
Yeah, and they were like, okay, so don't shower or anything. And they warned me, like, if you're going to get pretty dark at first, but don't freak out. Once you do take a shower, it'll get better. And so I had the spray tan. I went home. I was on the computer that night. I was 18. So I was a kid. I was 18 years old, and I was like on the computer late night chatting on AOL Instant Messenger.
Obviously.
Because of course I was. What else would I be doing?
Such heady times they were.
Didn't have real friends, only had internet friends. And at like 1 or 2 in the morning, I was like, oh, I have to go to the bathroom. And I walked into the bathroom, and I was so startled by how dark I had gotten. Because I'm so pale to begin with, that I immediately like almost had a panic attack and like
just like jump in the shower and just like, start scrubbing and scrubbing.
100% yes, I did.
Oh no, did you use the St. Ives apricot scrub? That horrible shit?
Oh god, I probably did back in the day.
Everyone started with that as a teenager. Everyone had the god-awful St. Ives apricot scrub.
Yep.
I did. Yeah.
And
it was fine, by the way. It was fine. But I definitely had that like panicked moment of like I woke up
and oh god, I can't go out like this.
I looked in the mirror and was like, oh god, somebody's in my that's me. It was that.
Who the fuck is that?
People are gonna think I'm doing blackface. That's not okay.
Yeah, right. Yeah, exactly. So.
Oh wow. Yeah, I can imagine how shocking that would be if you didn't know what that was gonna look like on yourself, and then
to their credit, they tried to warn me. The
thing is though, there's a difference between knowing something and then seeing it, like
100%.
Well, right. There's just that whole like it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine.
You think you're gonna get like a little bronzed, and then nope.
And then it keeps going.
Yeah, and you're just like, well, this is not what I
didn't sign up for this.
Right.
Mistakes were made.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do a spray tan, but I'm terrified that I would fuck it up because I probably would.
Oh, I went to a place and had that.
Oh no, I know. That's what like the place where you
actually. So I actually had one done before our first Gen Con as the Damsels, and it was really great. It was not too dark at all. I think it really depends on the place that you go to.
Also, sure it does. To be fair, our first Gen Con, what was I at that point? 24, 25? So if I was 18, like that was like 8 years later from the time that I had mine. I'm sure the technology had gotten a lot better.
It really has, actually. Self-tanner technology is perpetually evolving. So yeah, and
the last time I used it, it was the like, and then you rub it on and you just turn orange, and you miss spots, so it looks like you've got some vitiligo going on. And
it's good shit right there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I went to a place and it turned out just fine. And I thought it looked great because we were doing the booty shorts that year, and I was terrified. So I'm like, yeah, spray tan for me. And yeah, it was fine. John has a new character that he is doing, and I'm not talking about our role-playing game.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, go on.
Well,
I want to see how this is going to tie into what we've been talking about.
No,
we're going to find a way that it does, if it doesn't.
Well, I mean, it kind of relates to the thing I always talk about, which is Star Wars.
Blackface. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That's his new character. No,
I was going to say butt stuff, but you know.
So, John and I, we were talking about Star Wars and how, so have you guys seen the hashtag Give Us Legends on Twitter?
No.
A bunch of idiots are so pissed off at The Last Jedi because it had like more than one girl in it that
with names.
I know, right?
Assholes.
Right. That they're first of all insisting they made a manifesto, and there's an idea that they're going to have a fan-funded film that they're going to do. What's happening? Oh,
I don't know. Leaving.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so they're going to have a fan-funded film that they're going to do, and they want to use the Star Wars, the old expanded universe shit. So, which has been renamed the Legends line under Disney. So, Give Us Legends is like they want a movie about Mara Jade and shit. And then the other thing that they're doing
That's not going to be better.
I'm like, you guys think Rey is a Mary Sue? Oh, my sweet summer children. You have no fucking idea. I actually got into it with some of these douchebags because one of the guys who used to write for the old West End Star Wars game was making fun of these douchebags. He was like, you guys, like I wrote a shit ton of content for the old Star Wars universe and now none of it is valid anymore and I don't care, right? Who gives any shits? And they're like, but you don't understand. We have dreams and hopes and we don't think they should be slighted. And I was like,
whose personal like contribution to this thing don't understand.
Yeah, and so I was like, I hope you guys get exactly what you deserve, a movie adaptation of The Crystal Star and nothing else. The Crystal Star is perhaps infamous for being the absolute worst tie-in novel of all time. There's a transdimensional demon in it.
Indiana Jones movie.
Yes, that's similar, but yeah. And the guy who was tweeting, who was like, "Oh, too mean, dude," and I'm like, they said the same thing about General Sherman's March to the Sea, but it was ultimately necessary. He was like, "I like you," so I made a friend. But yeah, the hashtag Give Us Legends thing is happening, and then on top of that, a lot of these dudes are now trying to retroactively declare that the prequels were good.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, why?
Rewriting
that's
history.
a thing now. Yeah, they're trying to say that the prequels, because they were made by Lucas and his original vision and didn't have girls in them cootying everything up, that the prequels
were necessary to be popping the children's out of their vaginas. That's the only reason you're allowed to have the women's
around. Yeah.
Or to give our hero angst.
So, yeah, they're trying to say that the prequels are...
No, we saw those not that long ago. We remember them. They were not good.
They were never good. Parts of them, they are utterly irredeemable. Yeah. No parts of the prequels are good. There's like a half a moment...
And it's Amidala's outfits were pretty great, but other than that...
The part where Obi-Wan tells the death stick dealer he wants to go home and rethink his life with the mind trick was kind of funny and very Alec Guinness-y, and then the part where Obi-Wan is screaming at Anakin had some genuine emotion in it. Otherwise, there is nothing good about any of those movies at all. John, I was telling this to John, and he was utterly aghast at the idea, and he just started making fun of that in Jeff Foxworthy's voice.
Oh no.
So he came up with this character that is an illegitimate clone of Jeff Foxworthy who only does stand-up about Star Wars.
Oh no.
It's amazing. I love it so much.
Okay, we're gonna have him do a 3-minute bit before our Star Wars. No,
I'll get him writing some material, but yeah, it's so magnificent because he does a really, really good Jeff Foxworthy impression. It's fucking fantastic, and I am just fucking eating this up. Oh my god, it's amazing. So yeah, I've been like, more John Foxworthy. That's all he does. All he does is like folksy metaphors tied into how much the Star Wars prequels sucked.
I can't wait until he starts doing it during sex.
Oh, obviously.
That's the story I'm holding out for personally.
So that's been pretty great. Yeah, I still can't believe Give Us Legends guys like, yeah, we need a movie about Mara Jade. Why'd they take her out in the first place? I'm like, are you what? I don't.
Because she does what women are supposed to do: stand there and look pretty in
oh my god,
her knee pads and like the ridiculous Barbie dimensions and.
So John has some books that are like the ultimate guide to Star Wars characters that were published before the House of Mouse takeover. And every picture that Mara Jade is in, the way she is drawn, her shirts are all like solid through the abdomen and then magically become sheer enough to see the actual outline of her titties at the top of the shirt. It's like a magic half and half shirt for them titties.
It's actually just spray painted on.
Right. It's body paint.
Guys, I don't want to do this anymore.
I know.
Shut it all down.
And she's got the literal knee pads on.
All life, just shut it down.
Yep.
No more.
She's not wearing any other body armor. Just knee pads. Knee pads and titties. The Mara Jade Skywalker story.
Knee pads and spray paint.
I actually would watch that movie because I assume it would be an amazing mockumentary.
I think that's just a porn, probably.
Yeah.
I think that's the title of the episode, Knee Pads and Titties.
Okay. Yeah, actually, I think that's great.
So thank you. Josh, you know what to do.
You know what to do. Get on the floor. So yeah, that's some nerdy stuff I've been enjoying, burning off my face, but safely. And Jeff Foxworthy on the Star Wars prequels. How so much nerd rage happened over the prequels. I can't imagine like hating women that much that you reverse your stance on Jar Jar Binks as a result.
Right. Like how much do you hate a female protagonist that you're like, well, I guess this other shit was actually better than this because I don't like that. So
the other thing is, last time it was mentioned that I should try the Canadian version of Cheetos, and as you can see, I bought a bag that contained 3 smaller bags and have eaten them all.
I was going to say, apparently you liked them.
Well, at first I was like, this isn't Cheetos, but then it's the not good food that you can't stop eating, like waxy chocolate donut stuff, and I'm just like, yes, master. So, it'll do. Cheesies.
Yeah. I found a cider that was like that. I don't know if I mentioned this.
No, I'm intrigued.
It's...
You know my feelings about cider. It's
cider with, like, cucumber and sea salt, so it kind of tastes a little like pickle juice.
Whoa.
I'm not I don't like pickles.
If I had a period, I would be really into that while on my period, though. The cravings for salt.
I'd gotten, it came in a 4-pack. And I had the first one, I'm like, I don't know. But it's not that it's great, but it's really interesting. So I'm like, I'm going to keep drinking this because it's just interesting. Is that weird? Is that a weird thing to...
No.
I mean, it's like, I don't know that I'd say I like it, but I don't hate it. It's different.
Is it one of those, you just can't quit ingesting it? Even you're like, I don't hate it and I don't love it, but I can't stop.
It's like a Brokeback Mountain thing. You just
I can't quit you. We are also full of timely references tonight.
Yes. It's like a Harry Potter thing. You can't quit it. I'm sorry. I don't know. I don't know what happened to make me like this.
Yeah, I don't either. Who hurt you, Blythe?
I don't know. I don't know.
That makes me want to show my Harry Potter picture.
No, don't.
I'm not going to.
We have to surprise everyone.
We have to save something for our wedding night.
Ugh. Our wedding night with all of the Gen Con attendees?
Yes.
Okay. Sure, why not?
Is that the patron party?
Yes, the communal wedding. Oh, shit. We should talk about that because we didn't at the beginning of the show.
I think you guys mentioned it last week. So
we did? Oh, okay.
I have no recollection of that.
I don't either. Yeah.
But yes, there is, in fact, the patron party has been decided. If you are...
Patron party and communal wedding.
Patron party and communal wedding will be Friday night, which is after our concert, I believe, which is at 6 p.m., not the normal 7 p.m., which is good because we'll get things started a little bit earlier. We can party a little longer.
Marry a lot more.
Marry more of you, I guess. So if you're at that level on our Patreon, you already know who you are. I'm quite certain. Information.
Party.
Yes, information will be sent out via Patreon, probably.
Yeah. And you'll get your badges this year.
Yeah, you will, in fact, have super special badges that I'm very excited about.
They're so cute.
Josh mentions Prima Gen Nocta.
I saw that. That was pretty good.
You guys are on fire tonight.
Yeah.
In the chat. Oh God, this is some great shit.
I also liked his pun jokes. You fucking Hufflepuff.
That's me. I'm a Hufflepuff.
Yeah,
true.
Oh, I saw Ant-Man last night.
Oh, how was it?
Yeah, we saw that over the weekend.
Oh, damn.
Amanda, what did you think?
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, we really enjoyed it too.
I hear it's a great palate cleanser after all the darkness and huge scale of Infinity War.
Mostly?
Yeah. Mostly is the correct answer there. They couldn't leave well enough alone. That's for goddamn sure.
I know,
wow.
The thing.
I don't want to get spoilery.
I know. I'm but the thing.
But the thing, okay.
If you've seen it, you know what we're talking about.
The thing is, yeah.
I do not. So, there was a bad thing that happened at the refinery where John works. If it had been a nuclear power plant, it basically would have been a Chernobyl incident. But thankfully, it's just a refinery. So he's been working nonstop 12-hour days. So movies have not been a thing we've been doing lately.
Yeah, it's good. It's fun.
But yes, I would like to. I really want to see it.
Yeah, definitely go see it if you get a chance.
There are some very funny. Like the little girl they have that plays his daughter is the cutest.
That is rare for a movie. Generally, kids in movies are just...
No, she's fantastic. She
makes my ovaries weep eggs.
Wow. Damn. That's powerful shit.
That little girl is very talented.
Only I could guarantee that would be exactly like that. I would totally have kids.
Right?
Exactly. That's the problem, isn't it?
Yep.
And she's just acting. She's probably not actually like that. So
still, she must be a pretty capable kid to be able to act that well.
For sure.
Yeah. I would want a child who could act. So that's still down my alley.
Yeah.
What was the other thing?
I'm very excited. Yes, I would muchly like to see it.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah, there was one other thing I was gonna say about it, and now I've lost it because you fuckers talk too much.
Yeah, you know.
Sorry.
That's how we roll.
Paul Rudd is hot. No one's surprised.
Paul Rudd is hot. Somebody pointed it out on Twitter. That
people have known he was hot for years.
No, not that. Oh, I know. But that he, Casey represent.
Casey.
Yep.
But that somebody pointed out, this was kind of like a Black Twitter thing, but that like Paul Rudd, they were comparing pictures of like neo-Nazi people or white supremacist people who age badly to people like Paul Rudd, who looks like really good. They're like, hey, look, white people, if you're non-problematic, you stay like Paul Rudd.
I mean, he basically hasn't aged in 20 years.
I'm like, and he's not a jerk, and he's not like a racist or anything. I'm like, oh God, it's so true. Like, you look at all these pictures, and it's like white supremacy is basically the wrong holy grail.
Oh, like, I agree.
Yeah, and I'm just like, oh, it's so true. It's so true. And it's like, be like Paul Rudd. Don't be like Steve Bannon.
I mean, I would agree with everything you just said.
It was fucking hilarious, and I had never actually thought about it before. But like now that you pointed out, actually, yeah, non-problematic white people do age a lot better. I guess sort of like how the dark side of the Force like corrupts your body and gives you a puffy monster face and shit.
Josh Donovan said, "So he's Keanu Reeves." Yes, yes, he is. I think that's mostly it for...
So I was going to Google Paul Rudd, and then I was going to put in, like, doesn't age to see if there was some comparisons. And the predictive text from Google is, Paul Rudd, does the carpet match?
What?
I'm going to guess yes.
Is this some kind of game show thing? Like the
carpet match? I feel like I should... I feel like I have to click on that and see.
Yeah, I would agree for science's sake, if nothing else.
Did he say this line?
That's.
Is it a sketch? A comedy sketch of some kind?
Oh God, what was it called? He did something he did a sketch. Oh God, what was it called? It was like, oh no, it was a C word. Oh, not that C word. Not that C word either. It was like a Tim and Eric sketch. I'm not sure. It definitely had an...
He has a series of sketches with Conan O'Brien where people forget that Paul Rudd's first big role was in Mac and Me.
Oh, yeah. That's a running gag.
Yeah, and he puts those in. He tells Conan it's going to be like a clip from his new movie, and then he'll insert the clip from Mac and Me into whatever he's showing. Those are pretty good.
Those are pretty good. Oh, man, this is going to bother me so much because
It is a line from Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Yeah. That makes sense. Okay, well, Rissy, do you have a Dork Pride chat for us?
I've been kind of marinating. I didn't have one going in, but all this discussion of the like, okay, so the Give Us Legends thing. So you guys, you know your Star Wars lore. What is, in your opinion, I mean, through nerd osmosis, if nothing else, what is you from playing Mara Jade in our Star Wars show.
That doesn't mean I know shit about it. I just read the lines that I'm given.
The lines now reference many things. So what, in your opinion, would be the absolute worst Star Wars property to adapt? Ooh. It could be a video game or a novel or a comic or anything. So go on.
All of it.
Thank you, Amanda.
Prissy, you're asking two people who have not consumed the extended universe anything.
Yeah.
I haven't even seen the goddamn prequels.
Okay. Oh God, that's right. We want to keep it that way. Let's keep.
Yes, I like that fact about myself.
Okay. All right. What in that case do you think would be pick some kind of series of things or anything that has like a lot of lore in it? It could be like Harry Potter or like any series of books or comics or video games or whatever that has associated shit with it. What is the worst tie-in product? Right? Or thing that could be adapted. Obviously, mine is the Crystal Star from Star Wars. It is such a terrible book. It's not bad good, but it is great for making fun of. It's so horrible. Like, every character is super stupid. It opens with Princess Leia taking her 3 children on a vacation to a planet where it's common for the children of important people to be kidnapped and held for ransom, and then she's shocked when they get kidnapped and held for ransom.
I mean, there's no way she could have known that was going to happen.
No.
Right, yeah.
Don't blame the victim, Rissy.
I am hashtag
Also,
victim
it's
blaming.
probably because of how she was dressed.
I mean,
yes,
have you
definitely.
seen that gold bikini?
Actually,
Exactly.
she tries to dress in drag at one point, but she's like, no, dressing as a man wouldn't work. Princesses in stories dress in drag, but those princesses don't have boobs. They don't have hips. This is her actual inner monologue.
Because that's how real people think
Yep.
to themselves about thoughts and
Yeah,
stuff.
like, you could just dress up as a fat guy. And just pad out yourself all around so your hips and boobs would blend in. And then...
Or maybe don't wear something super form-fitting and
Yeah.
it won't be obvious. There's also that.
I would love
Also,
to
it's
see,
really easy to bind your chest.
That's not fun, though. I've
No.
tried that. It is super not fun.
No, but it can be done.
It can, although it's not recommended for long stretches of time because it really is bad for your lungs.
Well, yes.
But I love the idea of Leia stippling on like a fake beard, like with like some wax and brown color, and then like putting on kind of a fat suit and like a mechanic's outfit, and like having a stanky cigar and like a cap and being like some kind of space mechanic. I would have loved that story.
Picturing you as Baron, what's his name? In Dune.
Harkonnen.
Yes.
Shankety shank, motherfucker!
Get in my belly.
With the barbecue sauce
Yes,
on the
but
ketchup
she
on your
insisted
face.
on smearing on her face.
Well, I couldn't not have gross face shit, but we didn't have any special effects makeup, so I'm like, I'll just put this barbecue sauce on my face and let it dry there. It'll work.
Yeah, I'm sorry our special effects budget was so low for that shoot.
I think it was just the right amount.
Really apologize. Explosion.
Explosion! I love that thing so much. I don't care that it's only us and Jason who love it. It's still one of the things I'm most proud of.
Yep.
It will never not be one of my favorite things that we've ever made.
I bless the rains down in Africa.
Like, despite,
Despite
things.
many things that normally make me want to set things on fire.
Indeed, yes.
But despite those things, it's
Many things, in fact.
Yeah.
Nope. I will overlook those things.
Right, because it's so fantastic.
It is. Well, it's very much greater than the sum of its parts.
Amen, sister.
Blythe, when you have your hair tied around your face
As the beard.
Shit is so good. Me
Guys,
too.
If you haven't seen...
Or just your freak out the...
All hopped up on round.
That's like one of my favorite parts.
When you just throw the cup down.
I really enjoy when we're peeing in the bowl.
Yes, that's so great.
Guys, if you haven't seen the Dune video that we made,
Nobody
need
has.
to. You just
There's
need to.
4 views on it.
We had
there's
to
more than
beg
that,
people to watch that video.
But, it's like,
but
if you enjoy the David Lynch Dune movie, and if you enjoy us being weirdos,
you will love it.
You will love it. Because so Dune as a movie keeps like trying to be reborn every few years, and I'm like, just quit trying. It will never be as good as the 1984 version, which is
our adaptation of it,
and our adaptation.
Yes.
Yeah, because it's like nothing that anybody could make now. They'll try to make it too good, which will strip it of the weirdness, which is what makes the 1984 one the most accurate adaptation. Like, unless you're doing the goofy ass fucking voiceovers, which happen in the book constantly, and everyone has such a fucking flat affect on the outside, there'd be no way for any of the actors to communicate what's going on inside them unless you're hearing their voices.
They're all just giving each other the like.
Again, it is the prophecy. Yeah. Oh God.
No, I want it with no inner monologue. It's just people sitting around going like.
Maybe like intense stares sometimes.
Staring intensifies.
Yeah. And then they just walk off the screen. It's just like an hour of that, 20 minutes of dialogue, and then some fighting and an orgy. I'm pretty sure there was supposed to be an orgy.
Yes.
So.
That is very true.
We have gotten some stuff in the chat. So Star Wars Christmas special on ice. That's a good one. That's from John Latch.
I don't think that's a good one, but
well, I mean, it's in terms of like worst possible properties to adapt.
Honestly, I would go.
I would too, actually. Like, I really still do want to see Starlight Express on ice. That is a thing that has happened, and I want to see it happen again.
I feel like Starlight Express on ice would actually be safer than actual Starlight
Absolutely.
Express.
Yeah, far fewer broken ankles than
you can't fall off a stage when you're skating in a rink.
Right, the worst that could happen is you slide into the side. But
I mean, it's not the worst that can happen, but
yeah. But still a lot safer. Zachary Drake, Peter Jackson announces the new Tom Bombadil trilogy. Oh. Yes, 3 movies all about Tom Bombadil. I actually discussed this with my friend Arthur Chu on Twitter, and he was like, definitely Tom Bombadil is played by Ed Sheeran and Taylor Swift is Goldberry.
I hate every word that just came out of your fucking mouth.
Me too.
All of them.
All of them.
Thank you, Zachary. Oh, yeah. But Tom is a serial killer.
That was too bad. That was awful. We're not going to let you come to the party now, Zachary.
So. Yeah, you're banned.
I'll sneak you in I'll sit on your shoulders and wear a trench coat.
You can't sneak that tall, lanky asshole in anywhere.
I'm tall and lanky. You guys will totally believe that it's me.
Yeah, you stacked on top of him? No.
Wearing a trench coat.
Rissy, why did you suddenly gain 5 feet in height?
JD, there was an arc of X-Men where bad guys tried to make Nightcrawler the Pope to hurry up the rapture, which of course is not part of Catholic dogma. So expect that for the next X-Men film. Okay, I'm so there. Yeah, the Star Wars, the legacy era of comics. Oh yeah, all of it would be horrible things. Horrible. Dune 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, God.
Worst night, a Disney ride based on The Room.
A spin-off of DS9 that's just the Bajoran religious bullshit that just follows that.
That.
Yeah, just specifically all the religious bullshit that I hate.
I would love that. That would be so great.
It's horrifying.
I thought it was innovative that they tried to, do anything involving religion on Star Trek, right? Because the Federation is, awesome, godless, socialist magic land.
I mean, yes, to a certain degree. Although, let me say, I got to the part. If you're going to be mad about DS9 spoilers, you better turn this off right now.
I was going to say, you're
also
late.
way too late.
Yeah.
But I got to the part
Bruce Willis is a ghost.
Where Jadzia dies.
Oh, yeah.
And the whole, Worf being angry, not with the new girl, that's a whole nother, whatever situation, but being angry because Jadzia didn't die in combat and therefore is not in Valhalla or whatever. I know it's not Valhalla, but it's the same
Klingon Valhalla.
Right. And then the solution is to go fight a big battle in her name, and that, like, I hate these god loopholes.
Oh, that's very Mormon though. Like baptism for the dead sort of thing.
I hate them. I hate. Well, if you put it in my butt, then I'm technically still a virgin, as if God is gonna be like.
Is that part of Klingon culture? I
got
that.
Or like, well, you weren't a great warrior, but someone fought a battle for you. So get in here, you crazy non-fucking Klingon. Get in here, you bitch. Like, fuck you.
I mean, the great thing about the Klingons is they killed their own gods, so they can kind of make their own rules as far as that sort of thing.
It's just so stupid. And yes, it's just another piece of religion in the fucking DS9 where I'm already tired of the bullshit.
Like they're killing.
I hate it.
They killed their gods, they say.
I just hate it. So, anyway. That's how I feel.
Zachary Drake says, I'll be Rissy's Harkonnen fat suit. You're my boy, Zach.
Does that mean you get inside of him?
Yes.
I don't
like Tauntaun.
Oh wow, a Ferengi Rules of Acquisition ride. Only it's a small world. That's great. Oh, the Tommy Wiseau yelling at you while you walk around the park. That's the Disney ride. Josh Donovan, Game of Thrones set 1,000 years into the future from the current timeline.
I want a Game of Thrones. No, I want a Game of Thrones spin-off that just follows Quentin Martell around.
Oh yes, yeah. Just
so we can find out more about him.
All of the boring shit that happened to him in the early part of his life when he's being fostered with the Ironwoods.
Yep.
All that shit.
Just lots of that.
That would be, it combines everybody's favorite parts of the Game of Thrones TV show, which is to say Dorne, followed by Essos across the Narrow Sea. Everyone loves those parts of Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure that they do.
Yep.
Not. So that's going to do it for this episode of the Dork Pridecast. Haha! I started that before I had my notes up, so that's
you've got
some
more
filler
words
that I was saying until I had them up, and now I do. And hey, thanks to Sarah Donner for allowing us to use music off of her latest album, Black Hole Heart.
You can find the Damsels of Dorkington on Twitter and Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, although we're not posting right now because we're getting ready for Instagram.
Yep.
You know,
Instacon,
where everyone just takes selfies. See this new filter? I got you, girl. All right. Anyway, as we're getting ready for Gen Con, so things are a little bit quiet, but you know what is a good place to find us is Dork Pride Worldwide, the group in Facebook.
We have been pretty chatty there lately.
So, yeah, and other people who have a little bit more time on their hands help us to keep things going, which we really appreciate. So if you are one of those people who are posting things, Jesus Christ, thank you. I try to like and comment on as much as I can, but shit is real busy right now, guys.
Yeah.
Normally, I feel like I have 2 jobs, but right now I feel like I
have 17 because that's how I feel. Yeah.
So it's great. It's great. Everything's fine. Everything's fine.
It's fine.
I need an adult. Please, someone send help. Okay. Yeah. So
it's fine.
Find us on those platforms. We'll give us a month. We'll get back to it. And you can do some other things like subscribing to us on whatever podcast app you use, which is a huge help to getting our podcast in front of other people. And it doesn't cost you anything to do, just a little bit of time, and it helps us a lot.
But if you do want to contribute to us in the form of dollars, buy lots of tickets to the musical that John Latch and I am going to be writing, Drist the Musical.
I saw that. I thought you would enjoy that.
No! Yes, it's going to be brilliant. I also enjoy Joshua Donovan's Cuddle Dungeons, which is Klingon BDSM. So, mwah, mwah, Italian ship of kissy fingers. All right, that's it for the things in the chat before we do stuff. Because anyway, check out our Patreon at patreon.com/Damsels of Dorkington, where you can support Driz the Musical and get access to rewards that are only available there, such as a fuck ton of bonus content and merchandise related to Driz the Musical, and being on the list of super awesome patrons that we thank at the end of the podcast, like these people. Can we talk about what kind of Pokemon they are?
Sorry, I'm writing down that I need to design a Dritz the Musical t-shirt.
Yes!
God, yeah,
look what you've done, John Latch. It's wonderful.
Because I feel like that has to be made.
It really...
Here's that goes. I love this dark elf, but he looks like he's wearing blackface. No one would approve of our love because racism is bad. That's how it goes. Thank you. Thank you.
That was so good.
Colin Andrew Lloyd Webber. He writes shitty musicals now. Get him in here.
He does. God, love never dies, you guys. Oh, God.
It's here right now, and I wish I could go see it. I wish I could go see it. Ugh, it kills me. Anyway. Yeah.
So thanking our patrons.
Yeah, Pokemans works for me.
All right. So April Barker is a plant type Pokemon. Is that a thing? She's a plant / water because she's spring related, and so she's covered with leaves but can shower things. She like projects streams of water and it will like wash away her enemies.
That's not water.
What?
It's pee.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that too. Golden showers. Yeah. April used golden showers. It's super effective.
Gross. So we're just describing them?
I mean, I think we can do whatever we want with them as Pokemon. Like,
that's
their names and their evolutions, or what they do with their powers, like whatevs.
Sure. Marion Polinkin is a Pokemon who has a mustache. Actually, he just is a mustache. He's just a giant. He's just a giant.
You have to sit on my face power.
I mean, he's just like a giant curly mustache. And it's like Mustachio casts mustache rides.
What's what?
You give him $1. just drains your Pokemon money.
Right?
It's not your life.
No. Just a giant mustache. The thing is, I can totally see it on the cartoon even.
Yeah, for sure.
Amanda, it's your turn.
I feel like it's unfair to have to follow that up, but yeah, I know that was good. John Maring is Puby, who the first iteration is kind of a smooth-faced, bilobed chap, and
There's just cast form without the top.
Yeah, just looks a little like balls. I don't know why, but just a little bit. But they're pretty hairless, and then by the end, it's just a giant ball of hair, just like a giant 70s fro bush. And
the middle evolution is called puberty.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, I like that. I'm not sure what the powers would be, but I'm sure they would be something about making a large mound in your pants because there's a bunch of hair there.
I imagine it defends itself well. Like the hair is like sort of like a shield.
It attacks you with crabs.
Okay, all right then.
And they'll skitter out.
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
I love it.
So John Locked is originally, it's only a 2-step Pokemon. It's kind of like a Magikarp Gyarados thing, to where you have Lock, which is this kind of like sad little aquatic lizard, and it just kind of flops around and it doesn't do much. But then once you finally fucking evolve it, it turns into Loch Ness, and it's like a Pokemon that's basically the Loch Ness Monster. And it's a giant fucking swimming dinosaur.
That's terrifying.
Right? It's super badass.
Justin Mansfield, is that where we are? Yes.
Yes.
Justin Mansfield is also a 2 evolution Pokemon, and he starts out as just a ball, and then when you evolve this ball, it just explodes into a ton of baby spiders. And then they cast like Silk Fly, and they all fly to you on your face with their butts in the air.
That's horrifying.
Yeah,
you're nightmare fuel.
Justin, I love you. Can you tell? I'm sorry.
Are you
No,
though?
you're not.
Never.
I don't think you.
This is how I show my love. All right, Amanda, it's your fault. I mean, your turn.
I'm trying to find the page.
I think it's Joshua Donovan.
Yes, it is Joshua
It is, in
Donovan. Ooh, Joshua Donovan is a Pokemon that looks like a squirrel, and it's very cute, and it has a bunch of nuts in its mouth. It's really effective against puby. Actually, they're mortal enemies. But when it evolves, it turns into another squirrel, but this one has more balls in its mouth. I did not make that up as I was going along. I had that planned out from the beginning. That's where I was going with it.
I like
wanted
Yeah.
it to end up there.
Is there
But
something
I just
you're trying
wanted
to tell us about what you'd like to be doing tonight?
Playing Pokemon? No, I'm doing that right now. So
Yeah,
what? Go on. Sorry.
So JD DeMott is a three evolution Pokemon, and the first one is called J, and it's like the letter J, like from Sesame Street, and it's just got like big eyes and a big happy mouth on it, and it can like hit things with its serifs, and then the second one is JD. And then the letter D gets grafted onto it. So it's one of those like Magnetar or whatever they are Pokemon where they're made of like the subunits that then all like kind of stick together. So there's J, JD, and then JDD, which is the last one where it turns into a gross white trash woman with blue eyeshadow and a cigarette hanging out of her mouth. That's Dee Dee. And she hits you with her car while she's trying to do her full face of makeup. And she has rollers in her hair. That's JDD, the final form.
Cool. That sounds horrifying. Travis and Wendy Mays are it starts out as just one, like, just kind of curvy looking Pokemon. And then, and then when you evolve this Pokemon, then it suddenly gets a friend that is sort of attached. It's like Diglett and Dugtrio, basically. But yeah, and then all of a sudden it has a sort of phallic add-on to it. And it's Travis and Wendy, you guys. It looks like them, but
or a face hugger.
No, just Travis and Wendy.
Okay,
that's all.
Then there's also Aaron Felsen, who is a Pokemon that looks like a ballerina named Tutu, and then when it evolves, it becomes 3-3. Yeah, I guess. And it's still a ballerina, but with balls in her mouth. Because
I love that we came up with the same joke at the same time.
Jesus
Oh, it
Christ.
makes my heart happy, Amanda.
So Greg Milliken is an insect type Pokemon. And it starts off as a bug, which is Mill, and then turns into two black German guys called Millie. Whose power is not being able to sing. And then finally it turns into Millipede, which is like a giant millipede. Like Greg Millipede, only it doesn't have a butt. It has the heads of the dudes from Milli Vanilli on either end.
Oh my god.
And both of them have balls in their mouths.
Okay, fine. Yeah, we're doing
Right?
this.
Okay, sure. Yeah. I love it. Last but not least is Carlos Macera. And I have a theme for Carlos. I always have him. So he is a plant Pokemon.
Oh boy.
In the shape of a chili. He lives in Chile. If it works, it works. And then when you evolve him, suddenly he's a chili with balls.
Yeah.
So
the spice must flow.
The spice must flow, and he just
from his balls.
Right. He just squirts spicy fluid on you from his balls. Oh, there you go.
Yes, there we go indeed. We also want to thank Stephen Kendall, Jenny and Ryan Wienbenner, Alex Hollis, Jay Teller, Eric Ruggles, Zachary Drake, Joe Louie, Tommy Bort, Matt and Mattingly's Ice Cream Social, Brandon Katie and Thomas David, and John Dykes. So thanks for joining us, everyone. This has been episode 93 of the Dork Pridecast. Those two bitches will see you all in 2 weeks.
Deuces!
Jetpack motherfuckers.